So today what I want to talk about is intentionality and why it's so important. So as you might know, if you saw my previous video, I moved my shop from my previous location to now my current location. And it was a struggle, I ain't gonna lie. So my machine itself was probably close to 1,000 pounds. Um, I asked a buddy if he would loan me a tool. And he went out of town, and long story short, I couldn't borrow that tool. So I had to go and buy a tool, which cost me $300. On top of moving, if you ever moved before, you realize it's not cheap. So I had to buy a bunch of boxes, tape, other things for moving. And so anyway, that $300 wasn't small change for me. But I had a goal, and I intended to move my machine from one location to another location. And to do that, I had to go through some struggles as far as physically lifting up parts of the machine, taking out parts of the machine myself. I did the whole thing by myself, lifting the machine with this new tool that I bought, um, not knowing if it was going to fall on me, and crush me, but I believed that I was going to do it. Partially because the whole time, maybe a week before this move, I kept thinking through my head how it's going to go. So I had a mental image of how I wanted to move this machine, how I wanted to reposition it in my new place, and just kind of got down the details of the whole move. So I didn't have to guess, right? So during that whole time of thinking about it, I got to think through some problems that I actually encountered. So I was like, okay, what would I do if this happened, if that happened, if something tipped over. So it thinking through it beforehand helped me do the whole process easier and eliminate the problems before, or the issues before I got to it. So anyway, I'm going back to intention. So my intention was to set up my shop the way I wanted it to set up, right? That was going to take a lot of movement on my part, moving machines, moving electrical pieces, a lot of different things. I intended to set up the shop so I can grow my business, so I can make videos, so I can do the things that I want to do and show you guys how I do it. And hopefully, you guys can learn some stuff from me. Once I'm up and running in my new shop, I'm excited to do that. But when you look at your life, what are your intentions, right? Do you intend to get better in some skill or something? Do you intend to grow a business? Do you intend, to learn something? What I think that most people do is they want. There's a lot of wants, right? But wants don't really get you to where you want. Okay, I no pun intended, I guess. But intentions are really what drives where you're going to be. Okay, so if you intend to do something, you are going to subconsciously set things up to where it's going to work. Okay, so if I intended to move a machine like I did, I'm going to set it up to where I'm going to think through the process, make sure that I covered all my bases, make sure that I thought through all of the issues that I might come across. So my intention was to make a successful move, and it worked. So what I would suggest to you, if you have something that you desire to do, okay, maybe you want to write a book, maybe you want to start a new business, whatever, don't just think about it as a want. Start to intend and start to believe that you're going to do it, okay? Because the difference between those who do it and those who don't do it, I believe, is intention, okay? When people intend to do something, that drives every other aspect of their life. It drives everything that's around what they desire to do. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. And in future videos, I am going to start um, probably showing some setup videos of my new shop. I'm pretty excited about, I said earlier. And I just want to, I intend to show you guys some cool stuff with my machines. Maybe you guys can learn something. And, you know, if you guys want to reach out and ask, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? I'm more than happy to teach anybody anything that I know. Okay, so anyway, that's it for this video, and we'll see you on the next one.